Hello, beautiful and beloved ones, and welcome back, or welcome if it's the first time. This is Lorelei with the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions, and if you don't know about that title, stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a special message about this historic shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness for the entire planet that's never happened before. So that's pretty cool. But first, we're going to do a reaction to Dimas Senopati. I Don't Want to Talk About It, an old Rod Stewart song, which I happen to think is very beautiful. So let's see what he's got in store for us.
I can tell by your eyes that you've probably been crying forever. And the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart.
You know, he's always so invested in it. You could just feel his emotion, like he's really in the song, invested in the feelings of it. And he has such a beautiful, silky, beautiful voice to listen to, doesn't he? Oh my goodness. Rod Stewart had that kind of grittiness to him, but this one is a very smooth, silky sound to his voice and that beautiful accent, which I love. And by the way, friends, don't forget I have some new member tiers now. So if you're interested in getting some really special stuff, look at the video about those tiers and you can see which one appeals to you. And also, by the way, if you're enjoying this, give me a like. Give them a like after. It's always in the notes. And subscribe. Okay, let's continue.
If I stand all alone, will the shadow hide the colors of my heart? Blue for the tears, black for the night. Fear the stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you. They're a mirror. I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, won't you listen to my heart? Oh, my heart.
And now we're going to see a beautiful instrumental in just a second. But wow, he's really rocking it with this one. And it's like he's just staying in the mood of the thing. You don't need a lot of crazy antics. I don't want to even say rocking it really is not a good, but he's just really bringing you that emotion. He doesn't need any crazy antics here. He just needs it simple and straight and beautiful, which it is. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Oh, by the way, friends, I want to let you know there is available for you if you'd like to support me and my work. You've got super thanks available on my videos, as well as buy me a coffee on my main page. And I'm very appreciative of you that do that for me. Let's continue. laughing at his disheveled hair there. He's such a boy. He's like a little boy, doesn't he? Look at that disheveled hair. I'll go back a little. Here we go.
I don't wanna talk about it, how you broke my heart. If I stay here just a little bit longer, if I stay here, want to listen to my heart.
Let's watch that again. Let's watch that ending because it's so profound. It's so heartfelt.
My heart, here just a little bit longer. If I stay here, want to listen to my heart.
Wow. So beautiful, so profound, and it is that experience of love, when you've loved someone and maybe, it hasn't worked out for whatever reason, both are hurt, but then you come back together and, should you try it again? Should you not? Or is it going to be a heartbreak again? Oh my goodness. And probably it will when it didn't work out the first time, but it's so human, isn't it? So very human. It just really makes you feel, the humanness, the emotions of being human, So, wow. So beautiful job, Dimas. I always enjoy your stuff. I hope someday you see my reactions, I should say. By the way, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me on this video. And that actually also leads you to a longer About Me, which is about my forged in the fire journey of this third dimensional life. And then also in the notes, you've got About Lorelei on Patreon. There's a link to that. So, but that's that. A shout out, thanks to those of you who have given me the super thanks and the buy me a coffee too, by the way. I really appreciate it. So we have to put that on my scale. 1 being very third dimensional, fear, pain, sadness, anger, and 10 being very fifth, love, peace, joy, bliss. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of sadness in here. And there's fear. There's fear that you can, but there's also love. There's also looking to open your heart to someone, so it's beautiful in that sense, Whew, that's a tough one because it's got both things going on. So it does open your heart. It does make you, feel that love. They are looking for opening each other's hearts, but then there's the fear and there's the sadness of how it went before. So I think with that in mind, we go with like about a 6.5 on this one on my scale, how much it pulls you toward the fifth dimension, the higher vibrational energies. And remember that depending where you are, it depends what pulls you up. If you live life like me, I'm very happy and upbeat all the time. So I'm probably living most of my life in an 8.5 or a 9. So it takes something to pull me up. It takes a 10, it takes a 9.5, 9.5 or whatever. But if you're living life, kind of at a 5, like you're not really super excited or super happy or super joyful all the time, but you're not super miserable either. You're just kind of mid-range. Then a 7.5 going to pull you up, right? Now, if you're if you're living life, you're miserable all the time and unhappy, or whatever, a 5 would probably pull you up. So it's all relative to how you live. What is your frequency, the energy or so that you go around in life with. So, as a general rule. So, okay, wonderful, wonderful. Let's now give you my little fifth dimensional message, which is what the heck is the astral realm? What the heck is the astral realm? I bet you some of you guys have heard the term astral traveling, right? And that sounds kind of like that kind of really weird, froofy, funky, something that psychics and people with a Ouija board do, right? It does sound very, very strange. Just like people that speak and channel the dead, they do that astral travel thing. Now, astral travel, by the way, that term has come to mean both ends of the spectrum. People kind of use it indiscriminately. If you're going and you're traveling in your sleep state, for instance, or in a meditational state, and you're going into the lower realms, the astral realms, what's definitely designated the astral realms, people call that astral travel. But also, people will tend to call, when you go into the higher realms as well, into the love and the peace and the joy, higher dimensions, they'll tend to call it that. But actually, that's not the astral body generally going there. That is more like the etheric body, so it's a different body. It's kind of, but astral travel has become a catch-all term, right? Where it can be meant for the travel out of your body that's going into love, light, and joy. People will use it for that, and some people will use it for the stuff that's going into the darker realms and to the dead people and all that, So people who have passed away, by the way, when you're accessing them in that way, in that kind of lower vibrational way, then what you're kind of accessing is in the astral realm. It's people that are sort of hanging out in the astral realm, individuals who they haven't necessarily passed to that higher realm, to the fifth dimension or whatever. They haven't necessarily even moved on. They've somehow been sort of stuck. The astral realm, you can consider it to be like that Robin Williams movie, What Dreams May Come. And he goes there, and he's got a lot of power in the astral realm because his consciousness is pretty high and pretty upbeat and so on. And he goes into the astral realm looking for his wife, who has basically killed herself after her children died. She felt it was her fault or whatever. And he goes to look for her and save her. And he's like, this whole world springs up around him of beauty, this gorgeous beauty and rainbows and clouds and, all this. And he asks, well, what the heck is this? And it's said back to him, like a voice says back to him, you made this. This is what you made. And that's what you would consider like the higher realms of the astral, the higher level of the astral realm, which is a level of great power, a level where you can create instantaneously whatever it is in your consciousness. And this is what, by the way, the devil was speaking of, that power when he said to Jesus, I can give you all of this, because you could create instantaneously in that higher astral realm, or actually in any realm, but you can create with a lot of power in the higher realm. So that is also referred to. It's kind of it's basically the same way, another way of saying the fourth dimension. That's basically what the astral realm is. It's the fourth dimension. And again, in the higher parts of it, you've got great power, but there's not a lot of love. That's what's missing in there. What you have in the fifth dimension is the love, It's just the power for the sheer sake of having the power. And then you also have the lower realms of the fifth dimension, which is where it is created instantaneously as well, like the wife created, was a sort of a hell on earth, right? Hell on earth is in the astral, or hell on, it's really on hell, all right, yeah, hell on earth, because they're beyond the earth plane, but that's a saying, but it's a hell-like experience, where there's like horrible visions and, hands kind of trying to grab at you, scary, decrepit, visions and, all this kind of like it looks like death and gore and all that, So that was the realm that she was in, that he went to sort of save her from. So the astral realm basically is a place for all of the if you will, all of the miscreations of our consciousness, all of the hell-like kinds of beings and experiences that we have created in our mind, which are really not true per se, because they don't exist in the higher realms, but we've created them, and they need a place to hang out, so to speak. So they all go there. You know, the demons we've thought up, the beings that I don't know, will harm you, we've thought up. You know, the zombies, they've gone there. You know, all of them are all of these horrible, dark, satanic stuff. It's in there, right? All of that stuff is in the lower realms of the fourth dimension, or what we call the astral realm. So it really is a realm. It's a realm of consciousness. It's an experience of reality. And so this is one of the reasons, by the way, why we're not worrying about the fourth dimension as we move from third dimension. See, the fourth dimension was kind of created of the miscellaneous muck and mire that was, you know, that we all had from being in this third dimensional experience of life. Okay, you had to have a place to put it, so it was stuck in that area, right? And it sprang up to be this certain thing, right? But it's not something we want to linger in at all, or even really pay too much attention to. We want to go right from third dimension to fifth dimension. You see, third to fifth, third to fifth. Now, because we don't want to get involved in all of that hell-like satanic stuff. Now, you do have some individuals who've got stuck in there because of their consciousness on this earth and what they believed would happen to them after they passed away for whatever reason. This is all about belief. And so they wind up in that hell-like experience in the fourth dimension. Now, eventually they'll get out of there, right? It's not going to last forever in there, but it can last quite a good time. And those are the people, the tormented souls, so to speak, that those psychics that will often reach out are tapping into a lot of times. The ones that have not made it to the higher realms, or sometimes a psychic will be able to tap into, if it's a higher dimensional person, a person of a higher vibration, can tap into a message from a higher being, right? That is of love and of light. Maybe it's for instance, my father, for instance. I'm sure he went to the higher realms, and he could bring me a message, because he's a different being there. He's not just my father, but he's this whole big, beautiful, wonderful being of light, much more than my father, so to speak. But he could bring me a message, as he once did, from that higher realm. But a lot of times what those psychics, if they're of a lower vibration, whatever, they're tapping into the other realm, which is not the very good realm. It's sort of the realm of torment of the soul, if you will, or the torment of the spirit, I guess you would call it. So that astral realm, it's not really a place we want to have too much to do with it. But there's ogres in there, everything you hear about in let's see, Harry Potter, all that witchy stuff, the negative, the dark stuff, that's going on in the fourth dimension. You see, this stuff that is happening, this nasty negative stuff, we've created it through our consciousness, but then it took on a life of its own, and then it was taken into the fourth dimension. So what is often told people is that, yes, it's wonderful to travel outside of your body into the higher dimensions. So whenever you do this, you want to be knowing that you're going to the higher dimensions. You want to be, filling the body with light, the light of God, and you want to be going out through the upper part of your body, like the crown of your head is the best place. Sometimes you can go out through the third eye chakra. These are your chakras. You want to consider yourself going out through there. And you never, ever, ever want to consider yourself going out through the stomach area, the solar plexus, which a lot of those kind of darker kind of psychics do. That's where you're going to go running into because that's the area of the sort of third dimensional identity and so forth. That's the area where if you go out through there in your meditation, you're going to be getting into muck and mire. You don't want to do it. You don't want to go out through any of the lower chakras. You don't ever want to consider yourself going out of your body in those directions. Only through the higher, the third eye, the crown. Those are the ones to do. And sometimes, if you're in contact with the soul star up there, if you know about that, go out through there. That's a wonderful place. Put your Merkaba of light around you, and then go travel. I mean, that's as long as you are protected by the light, you are certainly very able to travel, and you can ask for your higher self or your guides to come and assist you as well. So my guides have taken me to some places in the higher realms, but places where, for instance, they want to go, they don't want me going alone because I could get lost in there and never find my way out, it's that far away, so they always come with me to this one particular place I'm thinking of when I want to go there. It's a place of great relaxation and all of that, but it's quite far, far, far out in the galaxy. So they say don't go alone. Far out in the universe, I think it is really. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about the astral realm. It really is the fourth dimension of consciousness, and it is really the one that you don't want to be spending too much time in, that you just want to breeze through to get up to fifth dimension. But it's very real. It's very true. It's a realm of consciousness. Just like this is a realm of consciousness, that's a realm of consciousness. Third dimensional is a realm of consciousness. It just happens to be a realm of consciousness where we also have physical reality, and it feels like it's stuck in place, but it actually is not stuck in place. Our consciousness overcomes even the very physical reality. So that's interesting. But that's for another video, a message I can give you then. So that's it I wanted to say about the astral realm. All right, beloved ones, I'm sending you that beautiful fifth dimensional energy, the higher energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the fun, the play, the ease. Oh, by the way, on another note, as we understand it, when we are moving up to the higher dimensions, there are at that same time the angels and the archangels that are going to be assisting the ones who become stuck in that astral plane. They were souls on this earth, but they had difficulties happening and they become stuck in that astral plane. So they're going to be like ushering them out of there and ushering those beloved ones who got stuck in the darkness, you might say, to go on and move on to the next phase of their journey in their existence. So that's a pretty wonderful thing, isn't it? So folks like Robin Williams' wife in that movie would be ushered out by the angels. And so that's no longer going to exist anymore. You're no longer going to have all of that crud in there, going to cleaning it all up. And okay, beloved ones, I'm sending you that fifth dimensional energy, the love, the peace, the joy, the bliss, the fun, the play, the ease, all coming at you now. Here comes. Namaste. I honor the God in you.